Hi everyone, it's me. I'm back. How are you all doing? I've just come on to show you my swap for the Facebook group Country Recreational Swaps. I have been paired up with the lovely Karolena, and the thing was just there wasn't a choice this time. It was just a theme was a spring garden basket, a garden basket, and basically it had to be a basket or a hoop that was filled with anything and everything to do with the garden. So my swap partner, I spoke to and asked her, about her garden, and she said basically that she doesn't do a lot of gardening. She's got like a concrete garden, which means there's a patio with some pots and everything. So that sort of stumped me a bit, because I was like, what shall I do now? So my original thought was to do a basket. So if I show you what I've already made, and then obviously I won't show this until after she's received it. So sorry about the noise. I made a little basket. Well, I didn't make the basket, I bought the basket, and then I just put some material to line it, and I just thought garden theme. So I actually made some of my paper roses, but in a yellow colour. They're like lemon. So I did 4 of those handmade roses like that. I tried to steer away from all pinks, I'm like the pink. So then I bought some seeds. I thought you could put them in little pots, maybe in the garden. And I made the little envelopes for the seeds to go in, and then a little sign which I used my stamp, just stamped out what they were. So each little envelope has actually got, if I show you, has actually got a little packet of seeds in, but they're clear see-through ones. And I put the picture in as well, so they're like violas, or like little pansies, aren't they? So I've got petunias, lobelia, I don't know if they're any good this year, but marigold, alyssum, I don't know, it's a nasturtium. I've got, difficult saying things like that. So I made those little packets of seeds. Then I made these little, this was glassine paper that I decoupaged onto was it decoupaged? Yeah, decoupaged some napkin onto the glassine paper bag that I made. And then I put some gesso over it as well, and inside I stitched all around the edges, and inside I've made some little butterflies, because they go in the garden, don't they? But I just thought of like crafting, crafting butterflies. So I've made 2 like that, 2 pink ones with lots of little bits of lace in between and everything, which I cut out on my die cutting machine, because I've got the big die which I use on my die cutting machine. So there's one, and then I made another one, and this one's got some more butterflies, different shaped butterflies in a different material. So satin and lace and bits of fluff. So those are the butterflies I made. So I made 2 of those. They've got lots of layers, if you see, lots and lots of different layers. So that was some butterflies I made. And then with the stuff that was left over, it's not really garden inspired, but when I cut the butterflies out, all the actual satin and the lace was all leftover bits. So I thought, do you know what, I don't want to throw that away. So what I did was I made like a fabric roll up of all the snip bits, and then I stitched them on a sewing machine, and then I put some trim down the middle, and I also added some extra little bits of material that I had, just to make a snippety roll thing, a trim that she can use maybe in her crafting. But I didn't want to throw it away. It was just all that was left over from just making 2 butterflies. And then this is the gold one. There was a little bit less of this, but I just thought, well, it's a bit shorter, this one, but I just thought it makes a nice, just little snippets, and I just chopped it all up, all the leftover bits. So I made that for her. And then I did some pegs, which are used pegs are used in the garden. So I painted some pegs, I then decoupaged the pegs and put some gesso on them, and then wrapped some lace round and made some little charms with little beads, and then a charm on the end. So I did a white lace, a pink lace, that one's got a leaf on it, and then a green one with a leaf on the end. So there's three little, it was quite difficult, this challenge, to find things that were garden inspired. So there's the basket. You can see I lined the basket with some lemon, and then I made up some paper flowers just with little die cuts. I got a stamp that cuts them up, so I made up some little paper flowers just for her to use on her crafting if she wants, and they're like that with a little stone in the middle. And I did some in like daisies with stones in, so there's a whole bag of those. Yeah, it was a hard one, this one, I've got to be honest. Racked my brains. So that's the little basket. Just you had to fill up a basket with some goodies that can be garden inspired. And I just thought, because Karolena hasn't really got a garden, then what I would do is I try and bring the outside in for her. So even though the spec wasn't for, sorry about the noise, even though the spec wasn't for, hang on, let's just get rid of, cut this off a minute. So I half wrapped it up and then remembered I've got to do a video. My brains will never save me. Oh dear me. Yeah, to be honest with you, I was racking my brains, so I thought I made her a canvas that she can put in her home, or maybe put it on the windowsill, and it's bringing the garden into the house. So this is the canvas I made, and it was basically some daffodils that I had in a bunch, and I stuck them on in the shape of like a vase shape, put some pearls and some crystals in it. The back of the canvas, I put some of that burlap on and then painted it, gessoed it white. And then for the pot, I did lots and lots of little pearls. So I just thought it's a pretty little picture she can put up in at home, maybe in the window, just to brighten up, bring the outside in. So that was that. And also when I was out shopping, I picked up a little plaque, and it says, "A rustle in the wind reminds us a fairy is near." So I like that. It spoke to me. So and I also got her two things I did buy. I'll show you what the other thing that I bought was a wind chime. So I thought, well, I could have made a wind chime, but I was in the shops and I saw it. I'll go that way, Angie. I was in the shops and I saw it and I thought, oh, a wind chime, why not? So she's got two things that I haven't made for a garden, and the rest of it is all is handmade by me. So I hope she likes everything I've made her. I've got to be honest, it was a bit of a struggle. So that's my swap for this month, the country creational swaps on Facebook. And yeah, so I'll be putting this up once Karolena's received it. So thank you all for watching, everyone, and I'll speak to you soon, folks. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now. Bye, bye, bye.